From Interior Alaska's most trusted news source, this is the Fairbanks Evening News Weekend Edition.
Good evening and welcome to our Saturday edition of the Fairbanks Evening News. I'm Katie Looper, leading our news tonight. Another meeting was held yesterday on how the Fairbanks North Star Borough will deal with the legalization of marijuana. A panel set up by Mayor Luke Hopkins is looking at questions about where sales should be allowed. The panel is made up of health, education, business, military, and law enforcement representatives. The mayor plans to introduce a zoning ordinance as a part of the plan. An agricultural zone was suggested for cultivating marijuana, but it was noted that most cannabis is grown indoors. Another issue addressed yesterday was the buffer zones around schools and how big they should be.
Clearly, if it's a small buffer zone, it's going to allow for more industry within certain areas of the city. And if it's a larger buffer zone, it's not. So that's going to be very critical on how this lines up. It's really up to the residents as to what they want.
Meanwhile, state officials don't expect to be ready with new regulations when the marijuana legalization goes into effect February 24th. Senator John Coghill of North Pole said there are still several issues to be ironed out. There are still many unanswered questions, such as penalties for minors possessing the drug and rules for medical marijuana. The original idea was for lawmakers to move the bill swiftly through committees and onto the House and Senate floors. However, numerous proposed changes in the measure brought the movement to a near standstill. The latest version has over 90 pages. More delays in the post-conviction relief filing of the group of men known as the Fairbanks Four. Judge Paul Lyle has extended the temporary stay in the case to March 27th following the delay in the Court of Appeals. George Freese, Kevin Pease, Eugene Vent, and Marvin Roberts have been convicted in jail of the 1997 murder of Fairbanks teenager John Hartman. An alleged confession by convicted murderer William Holmes has since sparked new vigor in the case, and the Alaska Innocence Project has been working to get the men a new trial. The source of the delay remains in sealed evidence. That evidence comes in the form of a statement made under attorney-client privilege by Jason Wallace. Wallace is also currently in jail convicted of the 2002 murder of Tika Bakoti. Evidence discovery will continue until the Court of Appeals rules on whether or not that sealed evidence will be allowed in court. Soldiers with the Northern Warfare Training Center have been hosting an event this week. Using the Black Rapids training site, NWTC is conducting operations in cold weather and mountainous environments to help soldiers learn to survive in Arctic climates. One of the big points of the training is a collaboration between different countries and their military operations to establish shared learning. Among the attendees are military personnel from Germany, Denmark, Norway, Finland, Canada, the United Kingdom, Nepal, and Japan. Army officials say the event will focus on doctrine, equipment, and operations. Black Rapids is a premier training center for many soldiers who are stationed at both Fort Wainwright and Joint Base Elmendorf-Richardson. The school, located 30 miles south of Delta Junction, currently trains over 1,200 soldiers each year. And today, students from across the school district joined to compete in the annual World Declamation Regionals Contest held at Lathrop High School. High school students are offered the opportunity to show what they've learned in their language arts classes through events such as prepared speeches, poems, trivia, and impromptu dialogue demonstrations. Finalists from the different categories will move on to the statewide competition held in Anchorage on February 28th. Principal Bob Mead of Lathrop says that this event is something he looks forward to every year.
I originally started here at Lathrop 20 years ago as a Latin teacher, so for me personally this is a very cool event and I like being part of it. This is certainly an academic opportunity, but this is, I think, one of the neater things because it shows our students really involved in the academics, and so it's terrific that our students get an opportunity to express themselves.
And when we come back, the 23rd annual Have a Heart auction was held in the Westmark last night. Also, Valentine's Day is keeping local businesses on their toes as people pile into the stores to buy something special for their loved ones. Stay with us. Welcome back. Last night, the Boys and Girls Club of the Tanana Valley hosted their largest fundraiser of the year. It was their 23rd annual Have a Heart auction. Generous members of the community came to wine and dine while playing games and donating through both a live and silent auction. Auction items ranged anywhere from a small gift bag to a barbecue grill. They even had a rented jet auction where donors bid on 2 men who will provide 8 hours of handyman service. At the end of the night, one lucky participant got the chance to open a box with a key and win 2 Alaska Airlines tickets. Sarah Nichols, the executive director, says thanks to all their generous donors that help keep the Boys and Girls Club going.
It is our biggest fundraiser of the year. We hope to always reach about $75,000 is what we're trying to take home tonight through our auction items. We do what's called a fund a need, where people can just write a donation straight to us. So our mission is, every year we want to provide the quality programming that we provide in the after-school hours.
Love is in the air today. It's Valentine's Day. So we took our cameras out and asked some local couples what their plans were for this special day. Many people said it's a perfect day to spend time with your loved ones. And even though it's just one day a year, it's important to appreciate and remember those we care about.
It's a great day for us just to get together and spend the day together as a family and actually have some time together.
I don't know, just a day to spend with somebody you care about. So, yeah.
Yeah, idea for me, it's nice to have someone in your life, and we took a trip here to Fairbanks to be together and
Just enjoy
do some fun things together.
Enjoy Fairbanks and spend time together.
Well, for me, it's the day that every day should be the day that you love the person, but it means something because you hang out and do something special together to express it.
Roses are red, violets are blue. If you're a creative writer, today was meant for you. Writers from the interior dedicated 6 hours of their Valentine's Day to generate new material, gather new ideas, and rejuvenate their writing. Aaron Hollowell, a published poet from Homer, led the annual Writing in the Dark event this year. They didn't actually have to write in the dark, but the goal was still to freshen up their work. It was a chance for writers to take a new direction and expand their creative abilities.
By the end of the day, they have a whole bunch of new stuff that they've written that they can then expand, or if you're a poet, compress into something different and new through the revision process. And I hope that what they take home is the fact that they need to trust themselves, that their writing is bigger than they think it is.
As Valentine's Day, local stores are busy keeping up with the demand. Ryan Grimes reports.
It's been a big week for local businesses like Santina's Flowers and Fred Meyer. Santina's manager, Sherelle Troutman, says they hire more people and order extra inventory early just for the occasion.
Valentine's Day is a big holiday for us. We have a lot of people that want to send flowers to their loved ones or even their children or their mothers and special people in their life. This year, we are donating a portion of our proceeds to the Greater Fairbanks Community Hospital Foundation, to the Circle of Hope, to help support patients with breast cancer in Fairbanks.
Alan Northup is both a veteran of the United States Army and Valentine's Day. It was 17 years ago that he proposed to his wife on that day.
I went to the store to pick up the ring. We were driving down the road, and she kept pestering me about what I'd picked up. And I told her it was a surprise. And after a couple hours of that, I finally proposed her in North Carolina.
Florist manager Crystal Compton says people have been buying gifts for others nonstop this week at Fred Meyer.
We have a wrapping table especially set up just for Valentine. We start at least 2 weeks out processing the flowers, the vases, the water, the hydration solution, everything. It's a great way to express that your love and care for not only the person, your significant other, but your teacher, your office worker, your mother, your son, daughter. Everybody wants to feel loved.
This is Ryan Grimes reporting.
Joe Cook is next with a Yukon Quest report, plus highlights from Nanook's hockey game, those stories and more in sports coming right up.
Hello, Interior Alaska. Joe Cook here with your weekend sport. A lot to get to, so let's get started. We start with the Yukon Quest report. Things are becoming clear as the race could be ending pretty soon. Brent Sass, he continues to cruise towards Fairbanks with no mishap so far. He was first into Circle City early Saturday morning for a 6-hour rest. Alan Moore, he trails in second place. He is headed to Circle with 14 dogs, followed by Hugh Neff in third, Ed Hopkins fourth, and Cody Straith in fifth. Jor Uslam, who was in the top 5 for much of the race, he scratched today in Eagle. In a doubleheader at the Patty Center today, the UF men's team went up against the Yellow Jackets of Montana State Billings. Alaska led 48-36 at the break, going 8 from 12 from 3. MSUB, they went 7 of 12. Mark Matthews, he had a game-high 20 points with 5 trays. MSUB, they nailed 12 threes of their own, but Alaska, they just went crazy today. They led as much as 26 in the second half and shot a red-hot 15 of 23 from beyond the arc. 65%. It's the third most made threes in a game in UAF history for the Nanooks. They had 19 assists and only 3 turnovers today as well. Anthony Reese, he led 5 other Nooks in double figures with 15 points. UAF ends their 9-game losing streak, winning 87-65 with a spectacular shooting display.
We were just making shots. Everybody shot efficient from the field, and also from 3. So I guess that was a big difference.
You know, a plethora of us put the ball in the bucket, so hopefully that carries on and we can still have that defensive energy along with the offensive energy, and that'll hopefully bring us wins the rest of the month.
And it was a special afternoon for the UAF women's basketball team before they hosted rival number 3 UAA. Alaska honored the late Linda Moffitt, who was the catalyst for women's basketball at UAF. Today is the 40th anniversary of the first intercollegiate women's game at UAF. Also, Ellen Hannon's number 33 was retired at halftime. Hannon is Alaska's top rebounder and second all-time in scoring with 2,051 points. What better way to honor those women than with the win? Alaska started the game well as Autumn Childers and Cassie Williams provide the early scoring. UAA, though, they gained their first lead at 13-12 as Megan Mullings went on a solo 8-0 run. Alaska was ahead 36-27 at the half. No finalized of airtime, but we'll have more in the weekend recap. And we go to high school hoops action from this afternoon. Let's go to West Valley. The Wolfpack girls hosting the Colony Knights, number 1 versus number 2. The first game of a doubleheader. This is a rematch of the Diamond Prep Shootout Final, which the Wolfpack won 40-24. Colony, they eked out a 45-44 win over Lathrop on Friday. In this meeting will be much like that final we just mentioned. Colony tried to stay close. They trailed 35-28 after 3 quarters. Ashley Turcotti led Colony with 9 points, but too much Ruthie Hebert and the Pack, they led the Knights by 7 going to the fourth quarter. They will hold them to 7 points in the fourth quarter. In the fourth quarter, Hebert scored a game-high 28 points, and Wolfpack win 52-35 and improved to an impressive 18-0.
Yeah, I thought it would have been close because we knew they were number 2 in state, we're number 1, and that they would want revenge. So we came out with everything we had, and that's what helped us win that. It definitely was a team effort. We changed a lot of plays to where they would think they'd zone in on me, and then I'd pass out. So we've been working on shooting line practices, and Kaya and Teresa shots definitely helped us get the win.
And in the boys' game, West Valley, they beat North Pole by 24 on Friday. And Colony, they fell to Lathrop in the final 2 minutes on Friday night. This was the first meeting between the 2 squads this year. It was pretty tight through 3 quarters. West Valley, they were up 13-11 after 1. Tyrell Peterson, he led the Pack with 10 points. Colony, they took a 29-27 advantage into the break. The Knights, they had a 35-29 lead going to the fourth as Robert Sonnenberg led Colony with game-high 14 points. He's been balling for them lately. West Valley, they ran out of gas in the fourth. The Knights, they outscored the Wolfpack 14-7 in the last 8 minutes, and they come away with a 49-36 win. Friday night was game 1 of the senior series for the Alaska Nanook hockey team. UAF hosting number 1 Minnesota State Mavericks. The Mavs wanted to be spoilers on Friday night. They scored on their first shot of the game. Max Gady was able to find the back of the net, and it was 1-0 after 1. Then in the second period, Colton Pareko, he threads a beautiful pass to Tyler Morley, who was able to tap it in for the game-tying goal, and it will be 1-1 going into the third period. It was still tied 1-1 at the end of regulation. Senior Sean Cahill, he kept the Mavs at bay with 17 saves, while Stephon Williams of Lathrop fame, he made 29 saves for the Mavs. The counterparts did not allow a goal in overtime, and game 1 finishes in a 1-1 tie. UAF gets a point, They can earn their second win of the season over the top-ranked Mavs tonight, the last home game of the season for Alaska. Senior Jonas Loeffler skied his best race of the season for UAF at the Central Collegiate Ski Association Championships on Friday. 5 Natick men and 3 Natick women were top 15 finishers in Minneapolis. Loeffler's 4th place finish in the 20K race was his best of the year. He finished in 45 minutes, 43.1 seconds. The men's team sitting in second place with 54 points. They're behind Northern Michigan with 69. On the women's team, sophomore Anatina Marksett paced the Nooks with a 6th place finish in the 15K with a time of 45.07. UAF sits in 3rd place with 49 points. Lastly, the Fairbanks Ice Dogs benefited from some clutch play on Friday night. Hans Gorowski, he scored the game-winning goal with 38 seconds left in overtime, stunning the Bears in SoHi. As the Ice Dogs, they won 4-3. Gorowski was one of 4 scores for Fairbanks. Kenai also had 3 different players score. With the win, the Ice Dogs improved to 31-13-3, and they clinched a playoff spot with the win. They can sweep Kenai again tonight with the win in SoHi. And that's it for sports this weekend. Join us here on Monday for the weekend recap in sports. Katie Looper is next with your full weather forecast, and we'll catch you next time.
Welcome back to our Saturday edition. So it's a beautiful Valentine's Day out there, right?
Really is. It really is. I know a lot of people are getting in the mood, setting the tone for this evening or this weekend. It's going to be perfect temperatures for that, it seems like.
Yeah, for stargazing or something like that.
Oh, yeah, or other things.
All right. Well, let's take a look at our weather. There's a normal high today at 10 degrees and a normal low of -13. Our record high gets up to 39 in 1929 and record low of -50 in 1950. Our sun rose around 9 this morning and set at 5:19 this evening. Our daylight equals 8 hours and 25 minutes altogether. And around the state today, Juneau and Ketchikan are both experiencing rain showers around 40 degrees. Same with Kodiak and Cold Bay. In Anchorage, 29 degrees with some snow showers, but nice temperatures in Bethel and Denali and Nome area, along with clear skies for them. Up there in Barrow, it's at -22 with cloudy skies. Fort Yukon's looking cloudy as well, and Fairbanks, partly cloudy skies at -1. All right, now in our lower 48, it's sunny in Seattle for a change of 58. Las Vegas, Phoenix region is around 80 degrees for them. Minneapolis is experiencing snow showers at 5 degrees. And in Dallas, rain showers for them at 78. Nice warm weather in the Miami area at 67 and a little bit of breeze up there in New York at 32 degrees. Now, as for next week, we can expect it to be dry and warm over there on our west side of the states, yet snow showers are still going to hit the northeast pretty hard and cold temperatures for them. And then as we move on down south, there's going to be a rain mix with some snow showers for them. Yet, it still looks pretty nice there in Florida. All right, around Alaska today in the northern section, clear in Barrow, cloudy in Nome and Fort Yukon. Temperatures at -13 in Barrow, 18 in Nome, and 6 in Fort Yukon. Now down south in the interior, mostly cloudy. Fairbanks is at 18, Delta is at 28, and Healy's a little bit warmer at 35 degrees. Now there in our east side, mostly cloudy in Juneau and Ketchikan, chance of rain in Ketchikan. Nice temperatures, 40 in Juneau and 45 in Ketchikan. All right, now on our west side, mostly cloudy in Bethel with rain and snow for Cold Bay and Kodiak. Nice temperatures in Cold Bay at like 40 degrees, same with Kodiak, and then 25 in Bethel. Now lastly, for our south central region, partly cloudy in Anchorage and Homer, partly sunny and scattered snow in Valdez, and again, nice temperatures for the bowl. All right, now for tonight's forecast, -8 degrees, partly cloudy, warm in the hills. And then for tomorrow, 18 degrees, partly cloudy, and warmer temps. All right, and here comes the good news. We're finally getting those positive temperatures. No more -25. It's going to be 30 nearly all week. And then our nightly temperatures are going to be pretty nice there in the teens as well. So it's going to be a nice Valentine's Day. And also, Joe, I just wanted to give you this.
Aww. Wow, you know what? I was thinking of you as well.
Thanks,
happy
Joe.
Valentine's Day. I know you have a little Rugrat, I guess you could call it a rugrat.
Yeah.
A dog at home and everything. So.
And then, you know, a basketball for
Yes,
sports guy.
Yes, my love. One of my many loves in life,
Yes.
basketball. So I appreciate that.
Yeah, no problem, Joe. Thank you.
I'll take that. All right.
All right, well, that'll wrap up this Saturday edition of the Fairbanks Evening News. We're glad you could join us.
Join us here 6 days a week at 6 and 11 or online anytime at webster11.com.
From all of us here at the News Center, have a good night and a happy Valentine's Day.